Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to start today's conference. Honorable speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon from Jakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to the Smart Change Online Conference 2022, Urban Investment, the online conference for smart city governance in Jakarta. Brought to you by the Smart Change Project on strengthening urban governance, prosperity and innovation in Jakarta, financed by the European Union. My name is Yasmin Anisanuha, and together I have the pleasure to guide you through today's conference as your host. To start off right away and open this conference, I would like to invite Mr. Kariem Ali, as Senior Policy Advisor, Team Lead Smart Change, to deliver the keynote speech on project context and investment relevance of smart city and urban innovation. Mr. Kariem, the screen is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Yasmin, and good afternoon from Jakarta and good morning to Berlin. So a warm welcome to all of you and thank you very much for joining us today at our actually third online conference, which is dealing with the topic of urban investment. The topic urban investment has become a very important force to develop innovations in smart city around the world. And it supports a lot of things like job creation, business collaboration, economic growth, sustainable development, and the improvement of quality of life of our citizens. And the local governments, as much as the national governments, are playing an important role to facilitate this investment process, but also creating an enabling environment. The enabling environment should ensure a supportive regulatory framework from both sides, the national and the local government, but also should push for innovative and creative action. All is targeted to provide better services for the citizens and boost the infrastructure development in our urban areas. Private and public investment also helps to deliver better policies on a national and local level, but also complement these policies to each other, especially when dealing on smart city topics. In regard to this, what we also cover with the Jakarta Berlin Sister City Corporation, mobility, education, energy, environment, healthcare, and research and innovation. However, the inclusion of various stakeholders is one of the pressing challenges, also to develop new solutions and pilot for smart city projects, which remain a continuous task, not only of Jakarta, but also Berlin and Bangkok. So what is the role of the Jakarta Berlin Sister City Collaboration and our contribution to this? Since 2020, both cities, Jakarta and Berlin, are implementing the government-to-government project Smart Change, which is jointly implemented through an activity program to globally connect and discuss local urban challenges. We do this all with the financial support of the European Union to shape a global network and exchange, especially through innovation and smart city topics, but also digital transformation. However, it is important to notice that this objective cannot be achieved alone, but also single-handed or without collaboration, especially the partnership among our stakeholders and like-minded cities is important. That's why we are also happy to include the city Bangkok in our collaboration actions. Various of our activities like the multi-stakeholder and policy dialogue, the peer-to-peer exchange, but also conferences like this, the online conference, are boosting the cross-sectoral and multidisciplinary exchange between the local and global change makers. Berlin and Jakarta have been the global voice of our cities, especially during the G20 process, which was happening this year in Indonesia, highlighting the importance of digital transformation policies and sustainable urban development. This action, on the collaborative action, what we are doing is in line with the 2030 agenda, especially also through the triangular partnership with Bangkok, which shall create an ecosystem enabling growth and boost institutional capacities. We do hope that this will remain part of a long-lasting smart city ecosystem between the three cities with diverse stakeholders that should think out of the box develop and share innovative ideas, learn about specific topics, and build their networks locally and globally. Jakarta and Berlin are well equipped to continue this smart city dialogue, and with the support of the national governments, the European Union, but also the ASEAN Secretariat, the city should continue the cooperation and learn from each other, but also get inspiration. A small teaser for all of you to stay until the end of the conference. My dear colleague, Helen Franke, will announce how we intend to further support this exchange. Lastly, I would like to encourage all of you to bring up your ideas during the session, contest future provoking thoughts and your dreams of the future. I wish you a good conference, a fruitful exchange, and then hopefully also new ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kariem. That is a very inspiring keynote speech. Now I also extend a warm welcome from my side to you all, everyone who has been joining right now. We are following on with an introduction of smart change and urban investment challenges from Smart Change. I herewith invite Ms. Helen Franke as International Policy Expert Smart Change, Senate Department for Economics, Energy and Public Enterprises. Ms. Franke, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Yasmin. Welcome also from my side, this time not from Jakarta, but from Berlin. Currently here, I'm the international policy expert working for the Berlin Senate Department for Economics, Energy and Public Enterprises. I would like to share some few maybe recap remarks, because some of you may have not heard about our project before. This is why I would really like to get into and also support what my dear colleague Kariem just said. What we have done so far is actually a huge amount of work that we did in a portfolio of different activities. And throughout the project, I do not want to go into detail here, we are always trying to address sustainable urban development improvement, and also correlating, of course, with sustainable development goals achievements, and also kind of a smart city strategy of Jakarta. We have extended our project until May 2023, and there are lots of actions, and each of these actions were really crucial to come up with new ideas. And it was always very relevant for me and of course for all of my colleagues and partners involved, that we try to foster the sustainability of what we are doing. As a lot of people know that we have maybe a project for a certain amount of time, and it is not really embedded in the real administrative processes, like for us in the government, for instance. But also in companies, there's always the issue of transitioning the new ideas that you came up throughout the process. And this is something that is very close to our ambitions here. So everything that we do, that we see, also here you can see a little overview of the two pillars, we call them, focuses on first governance capacities, but also entrepreneurial ecosystem support. Always try here to really see how this can be implemented in a long-term ambition. And instruments can be tested, experimented with, and also trialed with us, like the multi-stakeholder and policy dialogue. And we can learn, and I hope that also Jakartans could learn from how to maybe create these dialogue formats in the future. Maybe with us, maybe not, but we try really to be a partner here for city cooperation. This online conference, as Kariem already said, it's the third one. So it's really one of the marketplaces where we try to connect with the international peer group for us for Jakarta, and also for partners from Berlin and Bangkok. And if we are looking back what we have done in these online conferences in the past, so starting with 2020, speaking about urban innovation is always a question of what do you want to innovate? What is actually there? What's the potential here? And regarding urban data, this means that you really have to assess how can data in the city be collected better, in a better way, how it can counteract different smart city challenges that we face. So we try to connect the real urban policies here with kind of a new construct of smart city ambitions a city can have. And this is how we started off, and we already got a lot of learnings from these discussions, and we took them to our formats in Jakarta to work on them further. Then 1 year after, in 2021, we continued with the question of urban collaboration. So of course, if you have the data, if you have the set, if everything is known to you, then it's the question of what do you do with it and how do you do it? And the main question is who actually has to collaborate for a better city life. It's not always the administration. It has to be the one incentive or the one initiator of a lot of different incentives. You see it all around the world. That there are also a lot of NGOs and also communities, district citizens that are very active, but also, of course, the business sector. And how can this collaboration be smarter, made it a bit better for, in our case, Jakarta, with international expertise. So here we asked a question like, how can our collaboration be improved by smart city governance, which is a special type of governance, and of course, how can it be inclusively designed? What are the best practices and how can it be initiated by the government, but also how can we particularly see specific collaboration cases like in multimodal transportation, from that we can learn for other sectoral improvements as well. And this actually also resulted or made the base also for other learnings that we did throughout the peer-to-peer exchange. So my dear partners here, I can see Tona will speak soon, and also Nattapon. They were all involved in this delegation or this peer-to-peer visit in Jakarta, and also Bangkok hosting us, presenting their work with us, and giving us an inside view in how they make the city better. And some learnings of these exchanges have been that, of course, there needs to be a data assessment regarding investment, for instance, for local, but also for international investors. That there is a clear understanding of what the development strategy of a city is, and that this is communicated well and also monitored well. That we also consider regarding investors that there may be some best practices of partnerships or incentives for testbed and sandbox approaches, because these are the ones that innovators need to test their new solutions that are usually improving maybe the well-being in the city. Furthermore, there needs to be, of course, capacity building, because administrators need to know about what investors need to do and how they can be approached in a better way. And due to the fact that, of course, there are lots of different interests here, it's always important to note that maybe not primarily the technology is the target of any smart city investment, but it's more the means to an end. And the assessing of this process is very important. There have been also some other learnings concerned for investment in other topics that we did in the peer-to-peer exchange, also regarding smart mobility and urban planning, as we see that a lot of impact, especially in Berlin and Bangkok, less so in Jakarta, but maybe it will grow in the future. The possibilities here, we will see that in the conference. So improving the collaboration here is very, there is a lot of potential for it, because, for the multimodal ambitions that all of our city have, and they need to have an embedded holistic low emission planning in the back to really facilitate new innovators that are necessary for better air quality, for instance. And all of this will actually also be increased by another way of collaboration. As I said before, one of our conference was also targeting this. We had other formats discussing smart collaboration and ensuring the inclusivity. Of course, we need other formats for businesses and other formats for urban communities. But all in all, they should really embody that there is an integrated participation policy. And also regarding our first conference, transparent data portals are necessary. And this is also true for any investment decision. So these were the learnings from the last years. I can say that we did this amazing work with my colleagues. And for now, for this, looking forward in the online conference for urban investment, now the question is, of course, if you know how to collaborate, if you have the data, if you have the challenges ahead, Then it's the question of how urban investment opportunities may be used by public-private bodies. So this is the most complex idea. How can you merge public funding, public financing, and also private interest, and also financing from their side, any return on investment? And how can this be steered towards sustainable development? Because usually there is not much communication regarding investments. And yeah, these are the questions that we would like to highlight. Sorry, I zoomed in and I don't know how to exit. And so this is something that I really would wanted to share with you, that you know where we come from and where we want to go, and that we particularly piece by piece try to focus on several smart city challenges ahead. And so this will be the rundown for today, just a little overview for you. We will first focus on Jakarta Smart City as an institution in Jakarta, being now able maybe to evaluate our suggestions for a smart city roadmap from our partners from the ITB. Then also inviting our partners and friends externally from our project for smart district innovation challenges concerning investment, and first, of course, introduction of two examples that stand as examples for a lot of different projects that go into the same direction. And at the same time of like district innovation, we will go to smart systems innovation, looking at waste challenges in Jakarta. And finally, in resulting, we would like to all also invite financing or finance experts that will tell us their perspective, because usually you have to understand how banks, development banks, and funding organizations think and see these topics, and how they can offer any possibilities for the community to receive any investment or financial support. So this will be handled over in the last part of the conference. And as Kariem said, I will finish with an announcement of a call for a cross-city action assessment that will start soon. And for now, I wish you an exciting and interesting event. And I will give back the word to Yasmin. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you to Ms. Helen Franke for delivering your introductory remarks, providing a great perspective of the urban investment challenges. After we have our openings, now is the time to turn to Jakarta to invite our keynote speaker, starting with the presentation of Jakarta Investment Policy by our keynote Jakarta, Ibu Tona Hutauruk from Jakarta Investment Center. Please join me in welcoming Ibu Tona. Ibu Tona, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Yasmin. Is my voice clear? Yes. All right. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Tona Hutauruk. I'm the head of Jakarta Investment Center, and thank you very much for the opportunity and the invitation coming to me to speak in this very honorable forum, the Smart Change Conference. I met Helen and also Nattapon a few months ago here in Jakarta. So hello again, Helen and Nattapon. And very happy to be able to participate in this event. So please allow me for the next 10 minutes or 12 minutes, if I may. I'm going to share a bit about Jakarta investment, and this is about connecting with Jakarta through investment. Hang on, I have to operate this myself, so nggak bisa gue ini. Hang on, Okay, all right, so this is the highlights of Jakarta. We are the area of 600 kilometers with 11 million people. We are the capital city of Indonesia, and our economic growth is quite good. We are 5.9%, and we contribute 17% for the national economic growth. 93% of our populations are able to access internet. Which everyone is familiar with, gadget, handphone, application, etc. And we are also home for 6 Forbes Global 2000 companies, 1 Fortune 500 companies, and we have 4 unicorn companies. I am proudly say that Jakarta is one of the emerging innovation hotspots in Indonesia. In terms of the demographic and mobility, we have 4 million people commuting daily from the surrounding of Jakarta. We have this is not very proud of, but we have 3.5 million cars, 16 million motorcycles, and we have 88 million trips per day in the greater Jakarta Jabodetabek. So we really hope that the investment in Jakarta to accelerate in 2023. The realization is quite good, actually. From January until September this year, we have reached 108 trillion, or equals to 6 billion euro, and really optimistic to grow beyond target to increase our investment realizations, of course, with the support from all stakeholders. We cannot do it alone, only the government. And for you that have never been to Jakarta, probably these are some screenshots and pictures that will give you an idea what Jakarta is like. We put a massive investment, especially in the recent 5 years, for basic services and low carbon development. We now have 82% of citizens of Jakarta are within walking distance to public transport mode. Thanks to the massive investment in transportation sector, we have 16 kilometers of MRT, 200 kilometers of BRT, 5 kilometers of LRT, and also integration within those modes and also with the surrounding area. 91% of citizens are within walking distance to our hundreds of public parks, urban forests. In terms of affordable housing, we really accelerated the development of towers for affordable housings, apartment and subsidized apartments. On the right-hand side, you can see that we have successfully reduced 25% of waste by implementing the waste bank and also the citizens' participations in reducing waste from its source, from their household. Also, to support smart active lifestyle, we built 150 miles of pedestrian path and also 60 miles of bike lane, which many of them, I mean, majority of them are protected lane. On the right bottom side, to tackling the flood and the climate change issue, we built 6 large-scale retention ponds, along with 28,000 new vertical drainage, flood pumping system, and also other means in the sector of the waste, the water resource management. So we bind all those programs into our commitment towards a more resilient Jakarta, as manifested in the Jakarta Spatial Plan 2040 and our midterm regional development plan until 2026. There are 6 goals. The first one is to make a Jakarta a transit-oriented and digital city. And also after that, we also focus on the housing for people with the affordable housing. And also we want to achieve the balanced and sustainable environment, and then global economic hub, and then the development of coastal areas in Kepulauan Seribu, and also making Jakarta the central of government and cultural destinations, along with all the quantitative targets that are stated in those long-term and middle-term plan. Next. These are the 6 sectors that we really want to put our priorities in. The first one is the digital hub of innovation and mobilization. So the things like digital payment, financial technology, e-commerce, AI, etc. We really want to develop and focus to support the service of our infrastructure, especially like transport and then the water resource. So we are building a digital infrastructure to support those other basic infrastructure. The second one, in the field of property development, we really want to build more and more green open spaces, the transit-oriented development, vertical housing, bike lanes, etc. And then also we still need to expand our public transport network, that is in the transportation development, along with the promotion of electric vehicle and its facilitation, like charging facilities, battery, etc. On the right-hand side, you can see the ecotourism development. Far in the North Jakarta, we have the things, we have the areas that we call Kepulauan Seribu development that really want to focus on in the next years, and also adaptation and mitigation of natural disaster, a warning system, drainage system, and also making Jakarta the global financial and economic hub. Oh, nggak bisa. Ini ya. Okay, so to finance all that, there are unfortunately quite a big gap between our financial capacity and the needs. So there's an investment gap of 503 trillion rupiahs, or equivalent to 30 billion euro by 2030. And within this gap, there is an urgent need for collaborative actions from the government, from our side, local government, and also the private government, private sectors, and other stakeholders, including the global partners. That's why this is a very good opportunity for me to be here and then exchange knowledge and information, sharing information with you in smart change. And also we really want to know what you think and how we can cooperate to work on this matter together. So these 15 circles here are the projects that we want to showcase. These are the projects that are programmed by our regional owned enterprises. This is ready to offer. So we really want to make collaboration with private sectors, especially to be together, finance these projects. In the left-hand side is the TOD development. Along the surrounding of the station, the transit stations, and then the public transport in terms of expanding the networks. Also the tourism, we have the Kepulauan Seribu development ecotourism, health tourism for seniors, and also the Jakarta landmark. The tourism is something, well, not really, how can I say, not really common. It's not really in an infrastructure approach, but tourism is one of the Jakarta priority for the next years. And then next we have the waste and wastewater. We really want to build the hazardous toxic waste that you can cooperate with one of our enterprise in Jakarta. And also last but not least, the renewable energy in terms of electric buses, charging station, and the development of solar rooftop development. Next. There. Okay, so to make those business easier for the private sector, to facilitate, to encourage, to push, we have the entity what we call Jakarta Investment Center. This is my office, and this is my team. So a team of 20-something people, and we do research, and then information and promotion, and also the investment facilitation. So our goal and commitment is to make the investment process for the private sector is hassle-free. So in the research unit, we do research and project curations, which we observe and analyze fundamental aspects like strategic, marketing, legal, risk, etc., and then combine it with the method, with project size and how long is the project, what is the importance, how is the financial security. We see the compatibility with the green investment and how attractive is it for the investors, and then we can come up with projects that are included, or probably included if required, and also excluded or maybe delayed for next 1 year, 2 years, and etc. So these are things that we do in the research unit, which we can help. If you need assistance, it can be also facilitated by us in the Jakarta Investment Center. Next. For the investment and promotion unit, we are quite busy here. We have the annual event that we call the Jakarta Investment Forum. The last one for the 2022, we held it in the September 1st with the theme of investing in resilience. We also have that what we call Jakarta Investment Center Talks, series of webinars and seminars, and then also International Business Forum, Business Version Forum, and also we are very active in our Instagram, website, LinkedIn, and etc. Next. Okay, and for the facilitation unit, we really want to make your experience in doing business in Jakarta is easy, especially for foreigner applications that need assistance for finding locations, want to know who are the stakeholders, and then what are the government business collaboration scheme. We provide the business and investment consultations, as you can see in the pictures in the right-hand side. We also facilitate and organize the business matchmaking between the investors and our regional owned enterprises. We develop and illustrate the city investment mapping, policy advocacy, and then connect it with the Jakarta Investment Committee. We conduct initial due diligence, everything that you need assistance with, we can facilitate you in Jakarta Investment Center. And this is the investment map that we develop to give more and more information. So basically, next, we have this information systems that we combine the spatial plan along with layers of bank data that we have. Populations, what else? Income, and then the environment, like bearing capacity, infrastructure capacity. Next, and then what else? Yeah, the disaster prone, clean water, many infrastructures. Basically, everything. Many layers of bank data that you need so you can make good decisions in what are the business and how you can do the business in Jakarta. Do I still have more slides? Oh, all right. So I think that's all. That is our what can I say? Yeah, our commitment to make your investment process in Jakarta to be very strong, to be very easy, and I must say that. Come and grow with Jakarta. So in the tagline is, if I'm not mistaken, invest now, invest Jakarta. All right, thank you, Yasmin. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ibu Tona. That was a very exciting presentation. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective and developments from Jakarta. This keynote also closes the opening session before we continue with the Smart City Roadmap discussions on preparing the base for Smart City Public Services and Urban Innovation. We will have the presentation of Smart City and Economic Promotion in Bangkok by our keynote from Bangkok, Mr. Nattapon Trumikaborworn, the Senior Officer at Digital Economy Promotion Agency, Thailand. Mr. Nattapon, you are already on screen. The screen is yours. You are still muted, Mr. Nattapon. Okay. Yes, okay, perfect.
Sure. Perfect. Now screen is full screen, right? The right screen. Okay. Everyone, good afternoon. Please scan this QR code to learn more about DIPA accomplishment. My name is Nattapon, a senior officer from the Smart City Thailand office, DIPA. I have been helping and consulting city attempt to build smart city in Thailand since 2021. To promote the digital economy, I also connect service provider with city. I'm glad to be here participating in this session, and I will update you on what is going on in the Smart City Thailand. DIPA is the government agency responsible for the entire promotion of Thailand digital economy, and one of its many responsibility is developing and promoting the smart city sector. DIPA aim to increase the country digital capability through training. We call manpower, the startup and business support. We reinforcement them. The business matching, we try to transform the local business with the existing technology provider from DIPA. And we see the smart city as the ecosystem development. Here, as Smart City Thailand leader, DIPA adopt a three-pronged approach to develop and supporting a flourishing smart city economy. It does this through three primary activities. First, policy, regulation, and incentive development. Second, demand generation through city enrollment in Smart City Thailand. The third one, supply matching through startup incubation and SME support. We have positioned ourselves as linking point for several stakeholders involving in smart city development. To access incentive and support services, cities must apply and enroll in Smart City Thailand program. First, we call vision and goal. They have to define or set the smart city zone, goal, objective, and type of characteristics smart city. Second, they should formulate an infrastructural development and investment plan for digital and basic infrastructure such as transportation, energy, and public services. The third one, design a data storing and management strategy we call the city data platform, as well as the cyber security strategy for the city and its residents. The first one, they have to provide the smart city services activity or project related to its proposed vision and goal in the first one to cover all compulsory services. The fifth, they should have create a management model and process of public participation incubation for a sustainable operation. DIPA has categorized potential initiative into the smart city domains. Each highlight particular goal, objective, and example solution for cities to consider while defining their vision and strategy. Here, the smart environment domain aims to balance nature and sustainable natural resource consumption through efficient administration and environmental management. The smart environment is considered co-dependent on other domains. Here, the 6 left domains, which is why it's required for inclusion in any smart city plans. So I will not go in detail. And here is the status of smart city in Thailand. We have 77 provinces in Thailand, and currently 34 provinces have submitted their proposal to the smart city office. And now there are 30 cities have adopted the smart city logo, mean they already passed that 5 pillar that we give them as the criteria. The first type of city is the existing cities called livable city, for which 59 proposals have been submitted to our office. The remaining 7 cities are brand new and constructed from the ground up. As a result, each of these cities in different stage of development. DIPA we serve as an active entry point into the market and can serve as the first point of contact for any foreign company or government organization interested in exploring market opportunity or doing business in Thailand. This dashboard summarizes 15 plans from 15 cities in 2021 regarding budget and smart city solution. So I would like to ask Jasmine to share the link, so maybe the participant can explore themselves by clicking this dashboard. Here I summarize the information from the previous dashboard. In the first 15 city proposal, what are the solutions they plan to do for the cities? We summarize the smart city solution domains. We discover that the smart environment ranked first among smart city projects. However, in terms of investment value, most of the investment will go to the smart energy. The total investment for smart city in 15 cities will be around 40,000 million baht over the next 2 years. And we expect this to improve the quality of life for 16 million people. Here we try to make a snapshot of smart city solution. Focusing on a last letter is indicate the similar solution will be implemented in all 15 cities. In the smart environment, they focus on water management and waste management. For energy, they are looking for an electric vehicle similar to Jakarta that run on the renewable energy. And for the economy, they will most likely use the platform as the infrastructure for e-commerce or digital marketing. For mobility, they focus on solutions for the public transportation system and traffic management. For the smart living, of course, they focus on wellness, security, and safety. For smart government, governance, they is most talk about online services and improve their government efficiency. The last one, for smart people, they focus on the online training or the training center for reskill, upskill. There is a term of technology that they focus on. For example, the mobile application here. is appear in all 7 domains. And another popular technology that they focus on is Internet of Things or IoT and CCTV and cost solar energy or solar PV here. Here is the correlation between the project and the investment, which as indicated by the last letter in the previous slides, also require the similar investment. Yeah, most of them is showing the big letter, similar to what they try to do in each smart city in the previous slides. As the primary government sector agency in charge of facilitating the development of Thailand's smart city market, DIPA is still looking for new and innovative way to engage with stakeholders just as market is still evolving. Thank you so much, Chen. We see a very successful collaboration in Jakarta, and we hope to have this kind of collaboration success in Bangkok too. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Nattapon, for the very cool presentation. People say that they love the presentation. You provide so much data, which is very exciting. So please stay for other session. We will provide way more and more, much more interesting data and presentation. Okay, so before we finish the session, I would love to take a group picture because everyone looks great here. So please, Mr. Nattapon, can you please sit a little bit back so we can see your face more clearly? Okay, perfect. Ibu Tona, can we have your... Okay, perfect. All good, all pretty. Let me take the picture. Please smile. When I count 1, 2, 3, please smile. And we will have Kak Dani from Smart City to take the pictures. Give us 10 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, you can have your thumbs up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Kak Dani, is it all good? All good? I think it's all good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the very interesting and insightful introductory and welcome session. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a short break of 15 minutes in which we invite you to use the facilities of the main lobby in this platform for networking with other participants or speakers. You may do so by joining the chat box for the networking function. We will start the Smart City Roadmap 2022 to 2026 discussions at 4 p.m. Jakarta time or 10 a.m. Central European time. So please join the next session on time. I think I will end this session. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll definitely see you on the next session. Okay, wait, hold a second. Let me end this.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.